Last year, after a long season, it was down to just two, the finalists, Bowser versus Byleth. It was a long fight, a hard-fought fight, and it came down to all 9 games in the best of 5. But one stood atop of the championship. That was Byleth. But then what happens next year? 2021. Well, Smash Circuit begins like it always does, with a preseason qualifier to find out who will take the open spots for next season. But this includes the division winners from last season who will defend their titles. Starting with the Division A winner, King DDD. The Division B winner, Ness. The winner of Division C, that would be Hero. We also have the winner of Division D, Tails, which is played by a me Gunner. We got Snake, the winner of Division E. Division F's winner, that would be Terry. Taking home the crown last year from Division G was Isabelle. And then rounding things out, we have the champion herself, Byleth, coming out of Division H. But we still have 24 open spots. And that is where our first round of our qualifiers begin, with the first qualifying fighter being DK. Followed that up by Jigglypuff, somehow. We have, after what seemed like a long hiatus, Samus comes back, as well as Dark Pit after not being in for the last couple of years. Zelda returns after a good outing last season. Incineroar is back for the 3rd time in a row. We have our first of 2 rookies, Piranha Plant. We have the 2015 champion, Robin, rounding things out. But that leaves us to round 2. Of course, I didn't have the footage of the first round due to an error, but this means that there's a lot more story behind it, such as Simon versus Mega Man in the original qualifier, where it seems that we have Simon picking up the first spot here. And this is interesting because Simon had missed out last season, but now he'll be able to prove his worth this season. Coming back for what seems like forever, Link makes his way for the 10th straight season in a row. The most decorated of finalists, 4 times and 1 championship. But not to mention that Ganondorf squashed a chance for another rookie as he found himself back in 2021. Not a surprise though, he was a strong competitor in the past. And in a valiant effort, we have 2 elite fighters, one of which was a former champion in Captain Falcon, and it was none other than Captain Falcon himself taking that next spot in 2021. Then we have a rookie, Sephiroth, going up against the Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers weren't that bad last year. Can we see it? But no. This is Sephiroth who takes home the crown. And of course, you're seeing Smash Balls, by the way. Those are not a thing coming into 2021. That is a new rule that I haven't that I've changed. And here's a new fighter that we haven't seen in well over half a decade. Of course, Dark Samus wasn't in any game until Ultimate, but I always just used a costume for Samus just to count. So it's nice to see her back. And with a big surprise, we see Marth eliminating a former champion to get himself back into the fight. But not to mention, we have a former fighter from 2019 unable to clinch his spot, as it's once again Dr. Mario, one of 3 fighters who have been in every single season. And now we move on to round 3. There's only 8 spots left. Round 3 is 4. Here's the interesting part though. Ridley is back, vying for a spot, and this time he gets it. He enters back in after a 1-year hiatus. Welcome back. Looks like you're not too big for the stage, are you? Then we have King K Rool up against Pit. K Rool was a former finalist, and he'll get another chance as he finds his way back into Smash Circuit in 2021. Not to mention, we have a former fighter. We haven't seen Villager in a long time, but at the same time, we haven't seen Bowser. But we won't be seeing Bowser right now because it's Villager who takes that spot Welcome back, Villager. We'll see if you don't suck as bad as you did last time. And in another fight by the Ice Climbers, this time without Nana, and it doesn't matter. Palutena we haven't seen in many years, over half a decade, but we will see how well she does this year in 2021. And with only 4 spots left, that's supposed to say round 4, but video errors are a thing. And speaking of which, Bowser's feet are a thing. Bowser claiming his spot to try to get back to the finals like he was last year. With only 3 spots left to go, the Ice Climbers are clinging to everything to try to get back, but the elite play of Banjo is able to secure his spot in 2021 again. With 2 spots left to go, things are getting close. Things are getting grim, especially for Shulk, and Shulk still is unable to make it back as he's missed action after what seemed like a great stretch of years back a few years ago, and the former champion Corrin makes it back. The Mii swordsman, played by Unarakami from Persona 4, unfortunately ends the Ice Climbers' chances on making it back after they had a respectable season, but what seems like a secure spot for Unarakami, who seems like a staple Mii fighter at this point. But what does this mean for the regular season? And these will be the designated divisions for this season. Any fighter that has a star next to their icon is the current champion and are defending their division title. How will it work as we move into the season of Smash Circuit 2021? Well, we will have 3 main fights of the week, with 1 weekly recap covering everything that happened, followed by, at the end of that video, we will have the official standings in Division, Conference, League, Wildcard, depending on the situation of the week. And of course, that all begins with the fight you're seeing right now. Call it a teaser of the opening fight. We will see probably one of the biggest rivalries last year, the Division rivalry with Robin and Byleth. That is probably the most, at least, anticipated matchup out of the first week, as this matchup went down to the wire. But it'll be interesting to see how things go. Stick around by subscribing to not miss any of Smash Circuit 2021 as it begins next week.